This is meeting again. Prophet M.K. Tibetan, the shepherd of CCC Elisha Parish, tagged Nostradamus of our time. The topic for today is very straightforward. The particular topic is about Celestial Church. Celestial Church is a unique church. It's a fantastic church. It's a church that did not condone laziness. It's a church that did not condone any sort of rubbish thing. But when the way people look at it from outside, they look as if it's a fetish church. It's a church that where you go, they take your wife, they collect your wife, they do all sorts of rubbish things. It's a lie. When you look at the population of Nigeria today, all the great people in this country today, half of Nigeria has passed through Celestial Church. If they didn't pass through Celestial Church, they have passed through the Cherubim and Seraphim Church, either Ionio or wherever. When you look at it, he said, knock, it shall be opened. Then seek, you shall find. Ask, it shall be given unto you. When you look at it in the book of Hosea 4, verse 6, 7, 8, and Deuteronomy 8:18, and Deuteronomy 29:29, and when you look at it, it said, the hidden thing belongs to the Lord. In 29:29, he said, what he has made revealed to us is being owned, is just to better your life. And in Deuteronomy 18:18, he said, I'm going to raise a prophet amongst you. Whatever he does tells you, then listen. And in the book of Amos 3, from verse 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, he said, can calamity be in the city without the noticing of God? He said, God will never do anything without revealing to a prophet. Brethren in Christ today, God is also in the Celestial Church. Because what Celestial is running is much and massive. In other churches under heaven today, they normally lock their church after Sunday. They converge on Sunday, just like Sunday paraffin, Sunday medicine. Then after the church service, they all go back home. But the very day you commission the Celestial Church in your local setting, the church has no key. No any Celestial Church, except the one in America, except the one in Japan and in Britain, that has key. But the one we are in Nigeria, we have no key. It's a church of hospitality. Once you have the Sultana and you know the name of your shepherd, you can sleep in any parish in Kaduna. You can sleep in any parish in New York. You can sleep in any parish in London. But reverse is the case in CAC. Reverse is the case in what? In Deeper Life. Reverse is the case in Redeem. And reverse is the case in Evangelical Church of Yahweh. In 1947, when the church was founded, through the great father we have today, Papa S.B.J. Oshofa. He is a great man. He's a man whom the Lord loves and gave him this big boat, just like the Noah of our time. When you look at Genesis 8, 10, and 11, he said, I found a man of my what? Of my heart, who will salvage the people during the time of what? Of the flood. And the Lord made Noah to build the boat. And Noah built the gigantic boat to harbor those people during the time of flood. Brethren in Christ, if you are looking for a wife today, when you get to Celestial Church, when they pray for you, when the seasoned prophet pray for you, the Lord will tell you what is making you having the delay. The Lord will reveal what can remove the obstacle, and how you are going to meet your husband, and how your husband will dress when you are going to meet. And when you are looking for the fruit of the womb, when you look at the book of Judges 13, you will read how Samson was born. And when you look at the book of Genesis 25, when the first twins was delivered through Rebekah, And when you look at the book of Genesis again, 18, from verse 10 to the end, he now said, by this time next year, the three men passed through, who are angels, who carry the what? The power on their head. They even informed Abraham, by this time next year, your wife is going to have a bouncing baby boy, and the name is going to be what? The name is going to be what? Isaac. Then when you look at the book of 2 Kings 3, from verse 10 to the end, when they now met the prophet of God, he said, there will be neither rain nor dew for these 3 days. But just go and dig a well in the valley, but you are going to have water in it. Then when you look at the book of 2 Kings 10, 2 Kings 11, and 12, how David converted the wife of Uriah, and how the Lord Almighty sent Jonathan, the prophet, to him and was telling him, sir, for you now converting the wife of your subject and send the man to an early grave, the sword will never depart your house, and this is what the Lord said he's going to do for you. When you look at all these things, he's right in the Bible. And when you look at the book of 1 Samuel 8, from verse 4, how the first king of Israel was raised. But the Pentecostal pastors today, they don't even know their rank. They don't know their left from their right. And the worst thing was that they all cutters from the University of Lagos. Some of them are rusticated students of University of Ibadan. You are Ahmadu Bello University, University of Nsukka, and some of them even falsify their work results. But because they can speak good English and they can carry the handbag or portfolio for Adeboye Abiara, they are now the PA of the great pastor. The man who made himself great, not the Lord that made him great. So that's the problem. So, but when you look at it, to everywhere you get to, you will more or less always meet the bastard ones. When you look at Genesis 25 from verse 4 to 10, it said when Abraham died, Isaac came and Ishmael, and the 5 children born by Keturah, and the bastard children. Those that even use Celestial Church to fraud, who use Celestial Garment to what? To steal or fornicate. Have they forgotten what they said in the book of Ezekiel 34, verse 10? He said, you shepherd, you need to what? Leave my flocks alone, that I will take care of them myself. Don't disturb them again, because you have been making them for food. You have been even titrating them. You'll be doing all sorts of rubbish to it. So for this good reason, I will pastor my things myself. In Ezekiel 14, verse 46, he now said, like father, like son. When you look at the Orobonics, when you look at the Mavoricans, when you look at all these people, they are just a leveler. They walk into the church just like a layman, and they cannot keep the law. They have their own hidden agenda. The Owodunis, all these people who call themselves great people today, they've not contributed anything. They only make Celestial for food. Some of them has even not take anybody for 3-road walk, or taking them to the stream bath or anything. Even they cannot defend the Celestial Church. But everybody will say, oh, we saw one. If you didn't look them properly, that time they mistakenly called the cherubim and seraphim people as the Celestial person. But it's only Celestial who did not put on shoe. I could remember when I traveled to Canada, I was walking on the snow. The English people called me, the police called me, said, maybe I wanted to commit suicide, or I'm sick, or I have a mental problem. I said, no. I said, that is my church. And then I told him the other time, he should go to 1 Corinthians 14, from verse 45 to 50. He says, as we have terrestrial bodies, we have the celestial body. Because the God of Celestia is awesome. God of Celestia is a unique God. That was why the man was telling us in Abeokuta, in those days, that's Papa, saying that who is going to take the leadership mantle will not be member of his family, will not be Banjo, will not be Owodune, will not be Bada, will not be Maforiko. At the end of the day, they converted everything after his death. But he said something. In Deuteronomy 28, 1 to 13, and Deuteronomy 28, 47 to 56. Then he now said it again in the book of Deuteronomy 30, from verse 26 to end. Then Deuteronomy 31, from verse 26 to the end. He said, after my death, they are going to convert a lot of things to their side. They are going to spoil themselves. And he said they are going to what? They are going to waste their life. Because when you look at the book of Jeremiah 5, verse 24, 25, 26, he said, amongst my people, they are devilish people. And when you look at it, as we have the original, we do both have fake again. All the people spoiling Celestial today, they cannot spoil the church. They will only take the part of their own and leave. Celestial will still remain for life. And it's why we must call it a unique church. Since Pastor Oshofa has dropped the key of the leadership matter, we do not have a viable leader, but everything is moving. If you render a chorus anywhere, any place, people will easily tell you that's Celestial hymn, that's Celestial song, because we are tuned to it. But you cannot sing any chorus now, except praise worship, and they will call it is for deeper life, or it's for CAC, it's for this, it's for that. No. You cannot compare CAC with the time of Babalola. You cannot compare Redeem or anybody around the Redeem with when we have Akindayomi or when you have Mosori Molade. Because he said their children are going to pollute the boat. They are going to rock the boat. Celestial is a unique church. If you wanted to build a house, there is a prayer we are going to do for you. Before you know, you will finish the house in the due time. Because it said in the Bible, who amongst you who wanted to build a house, who will not consult what the architect and the estate valuer to let him know the price of the amount he's going to use to build the house. Brethren in Christ, if you want a good husband, if you want a good housewife, if you want a good place to live, if you want to know where the direction in life, contact them in Celestial Church. I'm not saying that all the prophets are original prophets. Because as we have the fake one, we have the original one. But to dictate the fake one is not too difficult. Because if anybody should pray for me now, tell me that you need to be sending money to your mother at home. And my mother died last year. So automatically I will know that that vision is not for me. Somebody called me the day before yesterday. He said, sir, she's on trance from Kerubu and Seraphim. He said, I have 2 crowns in my hand. I'm removing one from one woman's head. Wanted to crown it on another woman. I said, that's not my vision. Then he said, sir, I should be very, very careful not to have a child outside the matrimony. I said, okay. I was just laughing. Because this is a thing that cannot happen in life. This is a thing that cannot happen in life. But he's talking all this rubbish. Just as if he has seen a vision. But I know where he's going. He wanted to demand money from me. And no problem. You could have come straight rather than be hitting around the bush. And when you look at the prediction book there, they said Kechi will win the trophy. We did the prayer here. And I called him on the phone. It's in the prediction 2013 and 2014 and 15. They go and give charity to what? To 3 churches, either Pentecostal or spiritual church. Give them dozens of shares to appreciate the Almighty God, because you did not deserve the trophy. But we helped him here. We did the prayer. Under 3 days, he got the trophy. Then to come back now, his own side was not redeemed. He didn't redeem his own what? His own pledge. And the Lord said if he did not redeem his own pledge, the wife will die. And himself will sleep and never woke up. It happened. It happened. When you look at Numbers 21, 22, 23, and 24, he said God is not a man he should lie. Whom the Lord has not caused, nobody can curse him.